Rich Dad versus Poor Dad, and the winner isn't who you think. Most people believe the winner in life is the person with the best education, the highest paying job, and the most impressive resume. We're taught that if you work hard, stay loyal to your employer, save your money, and avoid risk, everything will work out in the end. But what if that advice is incomplete? What if following it blindly is the reason so many hardworking people struggle financially? That is the uncomfortable question at the heart of Rich Dad, Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki. This book is not about getting rich quick. It's not a guide to day trading or flipping houses overnight. It's about how two people can work equally hard, earn good incomes, and still end up in completely different financial realities. Kiyosaki tells his story through the lens of two father figures. One he calls his poor dad, the other his rich dad. The surprising part is that his poor dad was not poor in the way most people think. He was highly educated, had a stable career, and held respected government positions. He believed deeply in formal education and job security. He worked hard his entire life. His rich dad, on the other hand, never finished high school. He was an entrepreneur who built businesses, invested, and understood money as a system rather than something you simply earned. Both men were intelligent. Both worked hard, but they taught completely opposite lessons about money, and those lessons made all the difference. The first major lesson of the book is this idea: the rich don't work for money. At first, that sounds offensive or unrealistic. After all, everyone works for money, right? Bills don't pay themselves. Rent doesn't disappear just because you believe in financial freedom. But what Kiyosaki is really saying is deeper than that. Most people are trapped in a cycle where they work to earn a paycheck, then use that paycheck to pay bills, then repeat the cycle month after month, year after year. Fear of not having money forces them to keep working. Desire for a better lifestyle pushes them to spend more. This creates what the book calls the rat race. In the rat race, even higher income doesn't solve the problem. As income increases, expenses rise right alongside it. Bigger house, better car, more subscriptions, more pressure. Rich Dad taught that the goal is not to earn more money, but to build systems that generate money without constant labor. Instead of asking, how much do I get paid per hour? The wealthy ask, how do I create income that continues whether I work or not? This shifts the focus from wages to ownership, which leads directly into the most important concept in the entire book: assets versus liabilities. According to Rich Dad, Poor Dad, an asset is anything that puts money into your pocket. A liability is anything that takes money out of your pocket. This sounds simple, but it challenges how most people think. Assets include things like businesses, rental properties, stocks, bonds, intellectual property, and anything that produces cash flow. Liabilities include consumer debt, car loans, credit card balances, and expensive lifestyles that require constant income to sustain. One of the most controversial ideas in the book is the claim that a primary residence is not an asset. For many people, their home is the largest purchase they ever make, and they are taught to believe it is their greatest investment. Kiyosaki argues that if a house does not produce income and instead creates expenses like mortgage payments, property taxes, maintenance, and insurance, then it functions more like a liability than an asset. The point isn't to say home ownership is bad. The point is to understand cash flow. Rich Dad's lesson was simple: buy assets first. Let those assets generate income. Then use that income to pay for liabilities and lifestyle upgrades. Poor Dad's mindset was the opposite. He believed in getting a stable job, buying a home early, and trusting that promotions and pensions would eventually take care of the future. This brings us to another core idea of the book. School does not teach financial education. Kiyosaki criticizes the education system not because learning is bad, but because schools focus almost entirely on academic and professional skills while ignoring how money actually works. Students learn how to become doctors, lawyers, engineers, and employees. They learn how to earn money, but they are rarely taught how to manage money, invest money, or protect money. As a result, many people graduate with degrees, student loans, and little understanding of taxes, investing, or cash flow. The book points out a painful reality. Many high-income professionals struggle financially, not because they are irresponsible, but because no one ever taught them how to think financially. Rich Dad emphasized financial literacy, understanding income statements, balance sheets, taxes, and the legal structures of businesses. He believed that learning how money moves is more important than memorizing formulas. Another powerful lesson in the book is about taxes and the advantages of businesses. Most employees earn money, pay taxes, and then try to live on what remains. Business owners and investors, however, often earn money, reinvest it, deduct expenses, and pay taxes last. This is not about cheating the system. It's about understanding it. The tax code is designed with incentives. It rewards certain behaviors like investing, creating jobs, and taking risks. Those who understand these rules can legally reduce their tax burden. Rich Dad taught that financial success is not just about making money, but about keeping money. That requires knowledge, planning, and structure. The book also introduces the idea of working to learn, not just to earn. Many people choose jobs based solely on salary. Rich Dad encouraged choosing opportunities that build skills, even if they pay less initially. Skills like sales, marketing, leadership, negotiation, and financial analysis are transferable across industries. They create flexibility and leverage. A person with strong financial and business skills can adapt, create opportunities, and recover from setbacks. A person with only technical skills may struggle if their job disappears. Kiyosaki warns that high income without financial skills often leads to higher spending, more debt, and greater financial stress. One of the subtler lessons in the book is about fear and risk. Poor Dad believed in avoiding risk and seeking security. Rich Dad believed that avoiding risk entirely is itself risky. Inflation, job loss, economic downturns, and policy changes can all disrupt even the most stable careers. Relying on a single source of income is dangerous, even if it feels safe. Rich Dad encouraged calculated risk, education, and experience. He believed mistakes are part of learning, not something to be avoided at all costs. This mindset difference is crucial. Where Poor Dad saw risk, Rich Dad saw opportunity. Where Poor Dad saw failure, Rich Dad saw feedback. The book also touches on the emotional side of money. Fear and desire are powerful forces. Fear of not having enough money pushes people into jobs they hate. Desire for comfort and status pushes people into spending more than they should. Without financial education, emotions control decisions. Rich Dad taught that discipline and delayed gratification are essential, not deprivation, but intentional choice. It's important to address the criticisms of Rich Dad, Poor Dad. The book is not a detailed investing guide. It doesn't tell you exactly which stocks to buy or how to analyze real estate deals. Some of the stories are simplified to illustrate principles rather than provide precise instructions. Critics argue that the advice can feel vague or idealistic, but that is also why the book has had such a massive impact. Its goal is not to teach tactics. Its goal is to change how you think. Once your mindset changes, you begin asking different questions. You start noticing opportunities you previously ignored. You stop chasing income alone and start focusing on ownership and control. Who is this book really for? It's ideal for beginners in personal finance, for people living paycheck to paycheck despite working hard, for those who feel stuck in the traditional career path and wonder if there is another way. For experienced investors, the book may feel basic, but even then, it serves as a reminder of foundational principles. The biggest takeaway from Rich Dad, Poor Dad is this: wealth is not about how much money you make. It's about how much money works for you. Two people can earn the same income. One builds assets, the other builds expenses. Over time, the gap between them becomes enormous. So who really wins in Rich Dad versus Poor Dad? It's not the one with the highest degree. It's not the one with the most stable job. It's the one who understands money, controls cash flow, and builds assets that generate freedom. The winner isn't who you think. The real winner is the person who learns the rules of money and plays a different game. If this breakdown helped you understand the message of Rich Dad, Poor Dad, share your thoughts. Do you agree with its ideas, or do you think they're outdated? Subscribe for more long-form finance book breakdowns, and stay tuned for the next book in this series.